The lady garden is a super absorber, so you want to be really careful with what you're putting on, in, and around it. Now here we're looking at these period underwear, and on first glance seems great, seems very functional, seems less wasteful, right? But your health should be always the priority with things like this. And so when we dig into it a little bit, there was a researcher who took these and sent them off to a lab at the University of Notre Dame and had them tested for all kinds of stuff. And what came back was that these contained actually quite high levels in the crotch area of PFAS. This is a kind of chemicals often used in clothing production, some of which have been banned and outlawed and are controlled, but some not. Anyways, these are linked to liver damage and some cancers. And like I said, that area of your body is a super absorber. So it's not just like putting that on your arm or your leg. This is a very different zone where things happen at a significantly accelerated rate. And so they found over 2,000 parts per million in terms of the concentration of these. And then the story got a little bit more confusing because then this company, I'm not going to say their name, I don't want to overcomplicate things here, but they're the biggest company in this area. And so they went and got a bunch of their own lab testing done from multiple different labs and came back and said, look, we're completely clean. We don't have any of that stuff you said we did. No, we don't. And so people got a bit confused and weren't quite sure what to believe. The most accurate interpretation of this that I've been able to find is that the original lab testing was done for a very broad spectrum of different versions of PFAS. And when you're testing for these, you have to say, I want to test for this one, and this one, and this one. And most of the ones that were being tested for by the company itself, well, two things. One, they weren't testing for that many different ones. And two, they were primarily testing for the ones that are already not allowed to be used anymore. So of course, these would have had a hard time getting in there, but there's other ones that are still not as tightly regulated that are in there. So yeah, you can test for this and this, but if you don't test for all of them, there's over 5,000 different forms of these. Well, you're not really giving a complete picture. So to me, if I was a woman, I would pass on these and just use, very high quality, organic, non-toxic pads, of which there are so many options coming around these days. I once had a concept for this many years ago of a pad that would incorporate or ground chia seeds because of their incredible ability to hold liquid, and also with tremella in there again, because, well, see, that's interesting, right? You can either have pads that are toxic, or what if one day we have like pads with nutritional benefits? If you're absorbing down there, why not absorb tremella? It may be drying, we'd have to do some R&D on this, but with tremella and chia, they would both be able to hold so much. So maybe a future product line? We'll see. But definitely go for clean pads. The performance of these and the quality, so I've been told, has definitely increased over the years, and the variety available to you is a lot better. So that would be my take on this. Play it safe, because this is something that you don't want to have come back to bite you in the long run. So thanks so much for joining me today, guys and girls, especially girls. I don't know if there's a lot of guys watching this video today. If this has been interesting or helpful to you in some way, please do me a favor, leave us a like down below. It really helps to support what we're doing here. And go ahead and subscribe while you're down there as well. We'd love to stay connected with you with all the information we love to share, and have you along for the journey with our little small family business. Have a great day, and hope to see you all again soon.